Garrett, where do I start? Do I start how you claim to destroy your little brother in sports? Your little brother that's 10 years younger than you, that is? Or do I start where you would try to scare me with monsters or videos with jump scares in them? Or how about when you were actually a helpful big brother? And let's start with the first one, the one where you claim to destroy your little brother. For some reason, Garrett loved to boost his self-confidence. He did this by having absolutely no mercy on me, no matter what we did. Actually, looking back at it now, it was probably one of his smarter decisions in life. He took advantage of my height, weight, and age at the time, where he could actually beat me in something. Almost all of our competitions ended up in me getting hurt, either a tennis ball thrown in my face or a playground ball spiked somewhere in my lower body. If it didn't end in that, we would always be fighting, verbally or physically, or most of the time both. But now, Garrett knows much better not even to compete with me. Now that I've surpassed him in height, strength, intellect, and Garrett, sorry to say this in front of your friends, family, and new wife, but I've passed you in the hair department too. We literally did everything together, no matter what. I was right by his side. And this is one of the things I'm most thankful for, because he could have just easily pushed me away or been annoyed with me. But he was always willing to be my best friend and always be there for me. God, I didn't think I was gonna get emotional. This led to us having sleepovers almost every single night. And every night my parents found me there, they would be furious. And I would just pretend like I had no clue what happened and that I must have walked there the night before. But Garrett and I both knew that was far from the truth. And when I did go to his room, he loved to pretend to be the boogie monster, or just by simply saying fee fi fo fum, and it'd scare the crap out of me. Then the good side of Garrett would come out, and he tried to pacify me by telling me that lights in his room from various electronics are Power Rangers. And if that didn't work, Garrett would literally sleep on top of me to make me feel comfortable. I'm certain to this day that if Garrett consumed enough shots of Fireball, he'll do the same. And Garrett, I will take credit for you winning your club championship this past weekend. I heard you had a lot of clutch birdie putts. All the times you placed the ball on my bare butt when I was just barely out of diapers in the family room and put it down into a makeshift hole. It really paid off, didn't it? I remember the first time I walked into Garrett's room, and he was FaceTiming this girl I'd never seen or heard of before. And I was wondering who it was and why she was taking so much of my brother's time away from me. And the name that came up was Julie Holish. So I started doing my research, and I don't know how, but I ended up texting Laura and to see if anything was fishy or anything suspicious. And mind you, at the time I was 12, and I think Laura was the first person I ever texted. Of course, nothing fishy came up, and I gave Garrett the okay, of course. But this Julie person was not off the hook. She would still have to pass my test. And I'm happy to say to this day, she passed the test, which, well, just barely. But it honestly, ironically, it sums up Garrett's whole educational career, just barely passing. But all jokes aside, Garrett has been there for me my entire life. He has been my best friend since the day I was born. And I couldn't be more thankful for that, for everything he's done for me. And I would have no clue what I would do without him. This is why I want nothing but the best for him. And I believe Jill. I'm like cry laughing. And I believe Julie is just that. And Julie, you deserve a great husband. And Garrett, you are so lucky you got her before she found one. I want to toast to my best friend Garrett and his new beautiful wife Julie for a happy life together.